you've all been waiting for it, and it's here. A brand new season of United Rogue Overwatch.
Maybe? Minky?
Minky?
Oh my goodness, what was
Wow.
that? Big, oh, that's
Fucking grab, let's go!
What a grab.
A new season brings new teams, new players, and for the first time, a new league.
I'm gonna promise every single person watching right now, there will be no Ajax.
Ajax!
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this! The double! The triple! And then getting rid of the Arisa!
Oh, this is truly Overwatch.
Yo, okay.
It's time to see who can rise to the challenge and who will fall in defeat. It's time for Season 8.
Good evening, United Rogue Overwatch. I'm here with, I'm Dojemeister, here with Tracer Racer. How's it going?
Howdy, hi.
Here for our Sapphire Havana versus Chicago Week 4 matchup. We've also got a Week 4 matchup of the same teams going on a bootleg stream.
What are the odds?
Yeah, right? Same
The
exact
battle of the
time,
night,
same week,
Chicago.
yeah. Didn't even realize that was something that happened with the schedule.
Now, what's interesting is both teams are tied for series records in both divisions.
Really?
So this is really a battle of standings. Havana Ruby is over in the red, but here in Sapphire, Chicago Havana are really fighting for that 4th place position.
Okay. So we have already gotten a little bit done in here. We're still waiting on Mario to rejoin. His computer decided to restart itself. Havana did win coin toss, and they elected to choose map. So they're already going to pick up that Lijiang Tower. And now we just get rosters and then go ahead and get these bands started.
The big Lijiang. Now, I know Raykov really likes the ball, but, you know, the classic Andrew Diva, it's just like, I guess it's going to be map by map. We're going to see a bit more dominance out of Raykov on, like, Garden or so. I'm predicting a bit of more Andrew control on Control Center. There any standout players for you?
I mean, obviously Andrew's always been a good tank, and then of course Darklaw. Always fun to see if he plays the Torb. It's always a fun thing.
It does sound like his team really loves the Torb in this comp.
Oh yeah.
I've always said,
clap.
like, the Torb Weaver ball is fun to watch, and everyone disagrees with me.
Oh, it's definitely fun. I mean, it's a classic just seeing Mr. Darklaw walk out on a Torb.
Congrats, you roll out Freya. Now peek the corner, I dare you.
We are getting Mario Man's back in here. So just gotta see what these bans are. So Chicago gets first ban. Anything in particular you're thinking they might go for or would like to see them do?
Chicago has a lot of very obvious favorites here. I think you have to... Oh, Chicago comes out hot with the Lucio ban to Havana. I don't know too much about Havana's backline, but getting a Lucio ban on Lijiang is an absolute classic.
I could be wrong, but no, okay, yeah. So looking at career profile, Agent Gibbs actually plays a lot of Lucio.
Mm-hmm.
It's like right now, just this season, he's already got 3 hours Lucio.
Wow.
And then
Now,
Havana
kind of has... Ooh.
No, go for it.
Havana really has the pick of the litter with these bans, but they're going to have to be careful not to show their hand too soon. you don't want to ban well, they can't ban Weaver because the support block. But
Yep.
are we banning Raykov's ball early? Or do we still think that the monkey will match up here, even into the diva?
They will not be banning the ball. They are going to be banning the sim.
Interesting.
Don't want a quick TP out of spawn or anything like that.
I did not know Insanity did TPs.
Guess so. Although sometimes teams aren't the best with their hero bans. But we will see.
I think it's a pretty neutral control. This is going to be a good map. Both teams really just have to feel each other out and see what they're running.
And I think we should be going in here in just a second. Yeah. And we go into the first map here. First map of the Sapphire matchup. If anybody else is in chat watching the Ruby matchup, updates are always nice.
Let me go take a peek into Chicago spawn. See what we're rocking with here.
See what these teams are running.
Nothing new.
Yeah, and there is the Tor. Yeah, exactly. The Tor, Ball, and Weaver. And of course, Andrew is on his Diva.
Now, we are seeing the Brig Juno, which makes sense without the Lucio, but
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, Gibbs does play the Brig as well with the Lucio, but Lucio obviously the main.
Now, I'm no prophet, but did I not say, sure, roll out Freya, try to peek the angle?
Yeah.
Mario's on the flank of a lifetime right now.
Gibbs
Starting
going
the
low,
fight.
Andrew's already below half. Not really able to get much support here as the ball is just keeping the rest of the team on that bridge, and Andrew's out of mech.
Big cooldown forced on the Juno. Parasite falls off the map?
Oh no.
It really looked like Chicago got stuffed at the bridge, but Ball just had that greater survivability.
Yeah, Chicago gets first cap. Raykov was just able to keep pretty much all of Havana on the opposite side of that bridge as Andrew was past it, so he was getting no support there.
We get the remech and the regroup, but Parasite's getting caught out right now.
He's not really getting much help from the team. He might end up going down, and he does.
He goes, wow.
But Havana does get the map flip as Mario Mans goes down as well. Next to Insanity.
Chicago really leaning
next
into
to
this
Yellow.
poke. They're not rushing this point. They're fine letting them get that 10% if it means keeping map control.
Mm-hmm. Which they're doing a great job of. Insanity
Big
already
turret.
got the high noon.
Noon versus Bola.
Havana again trying to make this rotation through the right side in this white room. It's the remake. Here comes High Noon. It's not able to get anything. Andrew is able to eat it.
Havana with the
Raykov's-
engage.
Putting down mines, been too far back. Gets the kill on Mario Mans though. Raykov, last one alive now, and he's gotta just trying to get out. Somehow still alive. He fully gets out. Wow.
Absolute alt battery for that Brig Juno. My bad. The Kiriko. Raycon almost got booped there.
Agent Gibbs almost getting
Andrew gets
Raykov.
booped.
Mentor coming out. There's 2-3 ults coming out. Mario gets
Havana
one, gets
yelling.
two. Can you get a third? No. Insanity gets the punch.
Close, but it's looking like Havana can come out on top here.
Yeah, again, it's just Raykov man, going back and grabbing a Mega.
I don't think he makes it out this time. Wow. I will eat my words.
Barely. I don't know how he's doing this.
He's already ready to contest point.
Yeah. Rest of Chicago pushing
Position
up ridge here.
enforced.
Going down
Chicago like a
half
powder
dark
keg
close.
on this bridge. Big bola.
Takes out a turret. Andrew coming around the side to getting 2 picks.
Do they have the touch?
I think
I don't think
Raykov
they do.
should be able to.
Raykov,
barely
I
gets
knew I
it,
should have
but
said it.
quickly goes
Big
down.
miracles. Big Noon coming out of Insanity. Does the DM last?
Does, but is he goes down to
He
the bomb.
goes. Absolutely stuffed by the Matrix.
Now it's just 2 supports and they
It's
very
just
quickly go down.
swinging.
Raykov might be able to get back. He does. Gonna try and contest, but it's not gonna be worth much of anything. As Havana will take the first point.
Score 0-1.
It's really been a focus on this ball drawing out resources, but the way that Havana supports are just carefully pushing him back out, letting Parasite zone a little bit, put some pressure on him to fully disengage. Havana is really not struggling too much with that dive. And now we get the closed map, we get the Reinhardt.
Like it.
Some say Diva still counters Reinhardt, but it might be a map diff. With a venture swap coming out of Mario, though.
Oh yeah. Quick little last second swap. Cindy's also over on the Sojourn now. Instead of the gas. Gibbs very low, yellow goes low as well. Both managed to get out, get some heals as
Big venture burrow.
Havana's trying to turn
Down
it
goes
and
Guna. Down goes Insanity. Raykov is just not having it.
and Havana gets the first cap, but not gonna be able to hold it for long. Sanity
And
gets
we are
an
seeing
early
Havana
pick on
stage to fight
Parasite.
White Room again.
Both teams just trying to play these corners. Andrew's going very low. Somehow still isn't out of mech. Parasite and Mario Man's both get picks. Could just turn the fight there for them. And so now Raykov goes down. Yeah, and that's easy team kill for Havana. As they're now pretty much coming up on 3 ults. And Chicago is still working on theirs.
The shield pressure available from Havana is ridiculous. And that drill just feeds families. Here it comes.
Speaking of, doesn't get any kills.
Reinhardt looking over at him while the rest of the team comes in hot. Catches Kiri. No backline, and that's just that. Oh, hold up.
And Mario dies to the
The DPS
molten
do
core.
not care.
JD, he's got 2. And now it's
Rank of
just
death.
2
Insanity
supports.
trying to 1v2 the supports.
Gets
Still gets
one with
the
the
one.
help of Raykov.
I've heard it before and I'll say it again. Chicago, they don't just win the fights normally. They've got that clutch factor to them. Big pin
Mhm.
from Raykov, D-Max Andrew. Mario's in, catches the Kiri. JD's fighting. Bloodbath. Here comes the drill again. Oh my gosh. And he gets out.
Goes down.
Insanity's not done yet. Point and click adventure. Here we go. Catches Venture.
It is just ult after ult right now.
Does leave Chicago kind of dry in the economy. This might be it. You see a charge
Havana-
rail though.
Havana just
Andrew on
needs
the
to use
pressure.
the ults that they have, and they should be able to win this fight. And take map 1.
Big rally.
There's one of them. There's 2. And down go both DPS for Chicago.
Big grip.
Raykov trying to fight this D.Va, but it's not looking good for him. He's the last one alive, and he's gonna go down, and that's gonna be map 1 going to Havana. Very good fights out of both teams, but Havana just had so much shield pressure on that Rhine in that second point.
Yeah, Chicago's matching them in performance, but it's just that composition out of Havana is insane. The true insanity.
Two blade. So Havana taking map 1. Chicago now gets to pick both map and they get the first hero ban. We'll see where they decide to take it. Obviously, they can pick from any of the flashpoint maps or push maps. And then
I think in Chicago takes them to circuit. Just got a
wouldn't
feeling.
mind it.
It's a map they're very strong on. If I'm not mistaken, they've played it almost every set that I've seen them in.
Okay.
I've also seen a lot of Nimbani, not just like from either one of these teams, but in general, it's just a very popular Sapphire map.
Yeah, it definitely has been played a bit more. It's honestly, I expected that to be one of the ones that was played a little bit less.
I'm a big
But we are
Hollywood
s-
fan.
I do enjoy some Hollywood. I mean, we played it the other SDA played it the other night, so. But we are seeing more teams kind of running a more dive comp, which Numbani favors. So, let's see where they go. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and go with it.
Ever patient.
Just wait for Chicago. I wouldn't be. If they are gonna go. I was just about to say, wouldn't be surprised if they go with an escort map, and they are gonna do that. They're gonna go with Watchpoint Gibraltar. Again,
Another
Another-
Andrew.
that is gonna be a little rough. Although I think they might probably. If I had to guess, they're gonna ban the D.Va. Kind of
Wanna-
just try and get rid of some of that dive.
Does Chicago get first ban here?
They do.
I see. Yeah, okay. And there's the Diva ban. I was skeptical, but I do think the ball goes crazy here. I mean, especially like the Guna pedals, the amount of map control. JD will be everywhere. He is in your walls.
Never know where he'll end up.
Bit of a mix-up.
So Havana is not making any swaps. I assume Chicago isn't making any either, considering they don't have anybody else to swap right there. But Chicago is going to ban the D.Va. So, did see that coming.
It's so obvious, but it also gets so much value. Just protecting the ball, Winston there, like that. That's his. This is his big map here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a smart ban out of Chicago. Ban the Diva. And now we just see what Havana bans. They can't ban a tank, so it's either got to be a damage or a support.
They're banning the Kiri.
Okay.
It's an interesting move. They were getting a lot of picks on the Kiri in the previous map. It might just be trying to make that easy target even easier, get them as uncomfortable as possible, and just keep the pressure on.
And Havana is going to elect to defend first rather than attack first. They do get that to make that decision. So they are going to be switching sides. And now we just...
If Havana can keep this defense going, that is a big mental blow. But I do think out of a lot of the Sapphire teams, Chicago is really resilient in the mental. JD will go down swinging that hammer.
Not a very big hammer, but it's a hammer. We also... Agent Gibbs can now play the Lucio, so I'm curious to see how Havana's gonna run it. I mean, obviously this map favors the dive. So Andrew not being able to play Diva, I'm wondering what he might play.
I'm gonna toss out a hazard guess here. Oh, hazard a hazard.
I could see it. I don't know if he plays it or not, but we'll see here in just a second as we go into map 2, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Havana's up 1-0 right now.
I think the biggest win here for Chicago is that Insanity now is not getting all of his bullets eaten.
Yeah.
And JD really gets that spam going.
Yeah, I think I could definitely see Chicago.
I guess the
taking this one.
hazard. Let's go.
Nice. And we are seeing Gibbs staying with the Brig right now, not going to a Lucio.
I think the Ana Brig is really comfortable on this map. Even as a Lucio player, I just think Brig is so much more comfortable here.
And
Especially on
there's
defense. You get so much power on this high ground.
yeah, and there's Insanity on the sim. So rather than playing a Soldier or something, he is sticking with the sim. Wasn't
Seen
able
it
to play
once or
last
twice
map as it
before,
was
but
banned.
it's absolutely shocking that Insanity plays Sim. TP's gonna be big here. Get Guna and Luna staged.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there it is.
TP across.
Even JD gets his favorite angle.
Oh, he was just doing it for quick TP, which, I mean, makes sense. Insanity swaps over to the Soldier. I like Andrew still kind of hiding up top here.
Parasite's just beaming into that choke there.
They aren't
Hit
really,
Genji, and he's still pushing cart.
yeah, they aren't really putting much pressure. They're kind of just having to play in weird angles. Andrew's down bottom by himself right now. He might be getting healed by Yellow, but now he's in the side room.
He's critical. He's got to leave. Parasite going for the hero play. Can't find Guna, though. Yellow picks Insanity. Blood for blood out of the hit scans. There will be
Andrew
no
trying
backlines dying today.
Yeah, Andrew was trying to block off Dark Claw, but Guna manages to get the grip back. But Andrew might go down here, and he does. He's by himself getting shot by Luna and pretty much the rest of Chicago.
Parasite, little overzealous on the Ana, gets caught by Raykov.
And this is going to be the first point going very quickly to Chicago here.
Havana is really struggling to keep a line of sight on their front line, and Raykov just capitalizes on that tenfold.
Yeah, I feel like Havana needs to swap something to help with this ball a little bit more. But at the same time, Havana gets to make that 3 picks now. But Andrew is very low and he goes down. Or sorry, I said Havana, I meant Chicago.
Yeah.
I saw red.
No. We need
I
a
saw
big
red.
regroup here.
Yeah.
We can't. Parasite's got the bola, but if he gets caught early, this could just be a point. Big bombs. I don't know if they got. Okay, they have the rotation.
Mario gets touch.
Big ults.
Andrew hit Luna with the ult, but not able to finish it up on Luna up top. Both Nanos.
Nano trade,
Ball
tank
was the
for
only one on
tank.
point, and they see 9.
Oh, my
Andrew
goodness.
jumped up to high ground, and they end up losing point.
Let's give this another shot.
And now Andrew goes
It's
down.
a big
He's
stagger on his
staggered.
tank. They could push up on this. Opting to instead get some extra cart progress. They got 5 minutes on the clock, too.
Andrew swapping over to Ramatra. Parasite's now over on the Sojourn. I like the pokey range that Havana's playing, but this ball is just running through their backline, and I think that's kind of being their biggest issue right now.
Even in spite of that, 2 ults coming out of... Was it? Oh, that's ult for ult.
Yeah, Rally comes out for Havana. Visor comes out for Chicago. But again, this ball is still just rolling through the back.
For whatever poke Havana has, we've got 3-4 angles coming out of a Weaver, coming out of a turret, Torb, Soldier, maybe even the Ana. Luna's gotten more than a couple picks so far. Big
And
catch on
actually-
Andrew's ROM.
And looking at it, both Raykov and Luna have yet to die.
Wow.
Now, I could have just caster cursed them,
He
and I
did just
did.
cast her curse.
Mario Man's getting to with the blade. Raykov going very low. They're chasing him into spawn, but he doesn't go down.
He lives on 1.
Insanity manages to get yellow still.
Insanity does not care. He only knows mouse 1 and don't die.
Mouse one.
He is so ready to just get that 3K.
And there goes Raykov for his first death. Definitely did just caster curse both of them. But
He doesn't find anybody. Raykov starts to engage, and just like that, Chicago moves up.
and quickly Chicago uses 2 of their ults.
This is a little early.
And they're getting the kills. Agent Gibbs pops the rally, but was already very low and goes down. Parasite tries to use the overclock and just... It did not work.
Just a matter of
The only
timing.
one that can touch is Mario on this venture. Get the contest. Andrew just needs to get back and be able to pop his ult. But now we get a nano coming out of Chicago.
Now we could see Gibbs die here, and Chicago just cap it.
Yeah,
Yep.
there goes Havana. Chicago gets a 3-point cap with 2 minutes left.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah, I think banning this diva from Chicago was the big move for them.
This is their map to bounce back. This is going to be huge.
Hmm. Havana is definitely struggling a bit here.
Ready
Andrew sticking with the hazard. Mario showing a sim right now. I'm assuming just for that TP.
There's your Lucio, though.
Yep, there's Lucio. Raykov is on the monkey, which I kind of expected it more on the attack than the defense, but I mean, I guess it works both ways.
It's an interesting catch here because Chicago was really just slowly winning the poke war of attrition. Havana might be feeling that pressure to try and close the distance with that double speed, and Raykov is ready to just stand his ground. I've got turret, I've got shield, I've got an Ana with infinite bullets. Come fight me. They try to poke from this angle. Jump, shield, gone. Andrew staging, though.
Also see Parasite on the Widow just sitting in this bottom room right now. As Gibbs goes down to Raykov very early.
Here. Couple shots on Raykov, he's critical. JD outsnipes the Widow!
Oh no!
That's what I'm saying! You can't be messing with his sightlines. He will not let you get away with that.
Do see multiple swaps come out for Havana here, Mario is now on Reaper, Parasite's on Freya, and Agent Gibbs is now on the Ilari. As Mario Mans does get JD on the point, and Sanity takes out Andrew, though.
Mario commits instead of getting out. Still, he finds Guna.
Still finds a pick.
And more pressure on the tank.
And gets another one. Mario's just tearing through him.
For 2 maps straight, just shredding through Havana.
Very
Chicago.
good Reaper swap.
I'm doing...
And Raykov said he is not dealing with that Reaper and swaps back over to the ball. Havana does full cap, or cap that. I expected Chicago to contest, especially with the ball in the back, but they don't get the contest. And they actually go down a few.
Coming out of Chicago. And Mario still is not done. Parasite playing hit scan Farah.
Sandy popping this tack visor up top. Yeah, you drop down. Ends up going down for that, but Chicago manages to get both Mario and Agent Gibbs.
So not only have I missed Gibbs on Iari the whole time, Gibbs almost has Captive Son. Big Hazalt.
Good. 2 with Hazalt, but goes down.
Finally stabilize.
Guna managing to survive, keep some of that team alive. And that also was Darklaw popping the Molten Core. He really didn't get a lot off with it before he died. Actually, I didn't even realize that was 3 ults committed by Havana versus 1 or 2 for Chicago. So Chicago's now got this ult advantage. It is 1 ult, but Mario Mans tries to blossom and goes down immediately. And Havana is just dropping. Low anti and going down very low. And eventually goes down to Raykov.
We're really getting to see Chicago's like fully developed defense here on second. Like that the pedal to contest the top of ship. Raykov gets so many angles for grapple. I mean, even Luna's sitting over here in this side room with an angle that's not being contested. And if it is, there's a grip line of sights everywhere.
There's mines coming out, kind of separates some of Havana here.
Ravenclaw and Insanity are really playing up here.
They take out the ball, but yellow does still go down. Oh, Parasite made a swap over to the Cassidy. I didn't even see that.
This is a duel as old as time.
Yeah, Chicago is just dominating these fights right now. They're slowly using their ults, but it's enough to where they're building them back up, and they've constantly got 1 or 2 ults for each of these team fights now.
We have not seen a Parasite hit scan since Season 6. We get the Captive Sun.
Come out.
Big.
It's Insanity, and it connected with Guna as well. Guna survives with this tree. A lot of Chicago going very low. Both Raykov and Guna go down. Darklaw is pretty much 1 health in that room. Goes down to Parasite, but gets a turret kill, and now Insanity's popping Visor. With Parasite popping the high noon to counter it. And nobody was pushing cart that entire time either. So they can easily get a contest here.
Mario was not done. He says, let me in.
Yeah, Raykov gets the contest.
No sleep.
As Parasite cancels Darklaw's ult. And Chicago's still fighting for this point. Now you've got mines on point, and Parasite just walks right into one. And now it's just Agent Gibbs in here.
He's got to get that touch, but I don't think he has it.
No.
All right. It's all on our Juno.
Yellow might be able to, or you've got Mario coming from up top. Yeah, Mario gets the touch, takes Insanity low. But Havana goes down, and I think that's going to be it. Parasite just barely didn't get far enough for the contest, and Chicago will take map 2.
With bans like that, this set's gonna go. I have a feeling. Now, I guess it's really it's all dependent on how is this set won and lost by whether or not Andrew gets to play Diva. Mario's already putting in crazy work on the Reaper, but is it enough without the Diva? Get to see it play the game here, just ripping through their team.
Yeah, Mario Man's just tore through with that Reaper once he swapped, but it was a good counter to the monkey, but immediately Chicago realized what was going on, and Raykov was off the monkey and back to the ball, and again, Havana just struggled to deal with the ball.
Agent Gibbs is gone. What does Bagel play? How does that change Havana?
Bagel should be damaged.
Oh.
Or no, they're support actually, yeah.
Oh, so they also bring a Lucio. They bring... Okay, they basically bring the whole roster. I'll just... all that in a bag of chips coming out of Bagel. Gibbs has been doing it well to hold it down on defense, but we now get to see the bagel, we get to see the bread. Shout out Bouguette. It may not be a pit stream, but as long as I'm in the booth, it's always a pit stream, baby.
Fair. Pit was the first team I played on, so I've always got to root for them. And I know too many people in there, so.
Havana gets the map pick, though. What does
So-
Havana respond with? Chicago really just hit them where it hurts out as soon as they got the picks.
Yeah, I think it's not their Andrew. I don't know, because Andrew just really plays that diva, and he can play other stuff, but that's the one thing that he excels at, really.
I'm gonna cook a little here.
But both go for it.
We could show up at a Saravasa. We see Andrew's brawl tanks. He does have those in the pocket. We get Mario peeling Raykov.
Yeah, we could see
That
that.
could be the change they need.
I don't know. I'm worried for Havana going against this ball because they haven't really shown anything to contest him a bunch in terms of the heroes they're playing.
New Junk City.
But yeah, we will see a Flashpoint map. Not the Saravasa, but it will still be Flashpoint.
Still definitely a brawl map of sorts.
Mm-hmm. I think really any of the Flashpoints are going to be Brawl, just because of how tight quarters they are and how fast it can get.
I'm thinking in the future. I'm thinking Atlas. I'm thinking reworks.
I know. I'm waiting to see a team play Atlas. I haven't even played it myself yet.
I
I
had
have no
a
clue what it is.
the day it came out. I had a scrim versus a 3.6 team on Atlas, and that was nightmare fuel.
Was it?
You get Tracer, Hazard, any like highly mobile dive characters going around there. Can basically run every point.
Wow.
Hazard feels crazy, but I've been even like Doomfist. Yeah, Luna's not having the new Junk City. I'm sure they were hoping to play some more of that on it. It's stinky. Now I know I'm not supposed to show any bias, but I can confirm New Junk City is a very stinky map.
Flashpoint in general is kind of just a stinky game mode. It's rough. Although we've seen it really early for a lot of our matches this season. A lot of
been
teams have
very
been playing it.
uncharacteristic.
Yeah, a lot of teams have been playing it like map 2, map 3.
I guess it's just such a strong reset in the mid set.
Yeah.
I mean, you're practically playing control and a half. So even if you're starting to lose, it's like a set and a set. It's kind of silly.
Mm-hmm. So now both teams have locked their rosters. Nothing really changing aside from Gibbs leaving and Bagel is now in on support for Havana. Now we just wait. We gotta see what Havana wants to ban. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a ball ban. Ball is being an issue.
They ban Ana?
I guess.
They do not like Luna. They hate Luna. Luna's #1 ops coming out of Havana.
They said, yeah,
responding with
we
why.
don't want Rena to play this map.
Even Guna says they hate Luna. It's true because it rhymes. I'm rooting for Chicago. Ball can get really clever here. There's so many roof angles.
Yeah.
Inside, outside. Inside again. Anyways. Being an A-grade yapper will wait for the second ban. Cannot ban support.
I mean, they could.
Banning Andrew's kind of a waste of time unless you're reading a queen out of him or maybe a Rom.
Yeah, personally, I think they'll go damage. They could look at banning the Genji here.
I'm thinking the Reaper Venture.
Yeah.
The Venture especially has just been cutting through Chicago. the Reaper's rough, but at the end of the day, you can step 5 meters away from him. I don't know about that for Chicago, though. Chicago does lack a bit of speed.
Yeah.
Rykov is kind of just... He is speed. He is the embodiment of Lightning McQueen. Oh, yeah, there's the Venture Man.
And I was gonna say, you perfectly called it yet again. Damn. Just on it tonight.
I'm in their heads.
Really? Called that it was gonna be Flashpoint. You said Cervasa, but still Flashpoint map. But then they...
We play Venture. Now, this sentence coming out of Parasite, the self-proclaimed flex DPS. Technically, Havana is fielding double flex. Play Venture on Lixiong. Both teams ready. Prod ready, because Prod is always ready. Prod diff.
At least, should always be ready. We do have more stuff this season that takes a little bit more time, but... Give it a quick second. Yeah. Somebody, I think it was Bagel, just said Havana bans Luna, which, yeah, they pretty much just did.
Let's just like, if Chicago's just permanently down a support, why not? You know?
Yeah. Both Luna both disliking New Junk City and the hero getting banned is just not fun.
I want to see him thrive. Dab on the haters.
Oh.
Okay, we're pausing.
Pause. Don't. I'm assuming somebody DC'd.
See, it doesn't look like anyone died. Oh, Mario's gone.
There it is.
Sorry, pause, and I saw Jackal started playing Overwatch. I was like, okay, Jackal. They banned Adventure. They counter banned Mario.
But I mean, while we're in the pause, we can kind of talk about the current lineups. Obviously, both sides showing Diva right now, which we haven't seen Rykov play the Diva yet tonight. So that'll be something different.
We're seeing a more traditional dive coming out of Havana here.
Yeah, Insanity currently on... Okay. Insanity currently on the sim, but that's just going to be for a TP out of spawn. And then really nothing else different from Chicago.
Chicago loves their comp. Now, it really just, like, this season, there's three certainties for tank players. There's death, taxes, and wanting to diff Andrew on Diva.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do it. They're like, oh, he's Diamond 5, he's light work, and then they face his Diva. Parasite on the Genji, okay. I'm hyped for this.
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
You said it and he instantly swapped. Both teams getting... No, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm expecting Chicago. So, Insanity sticking with the sim here. Mario just doing it for a TP out, then swaps over to a Tracer, which I do like, but goes very low, having to use Recall.
A lot of cooldowns forced early from Chicago, even though Andrew's kind of lower health here. Oh, Insanity's walking him down.
Yeah, Insanity is just gonna be getting rid of Andrew's mech here.
Congrats, Diva Goat. Watch my mouse one.
Yeah.
Chicago ripping through them.
Yellow was the last one that goes down.
Is that like a borderline triple?
Just about. He gets 2 at the end there. He got Andrew out of mech. I don't think he got the final blow on Baby Diva, but we'll say 2.5. Mario kind of just playing underneath right now as the rest of Havana goes around the outside here.
Mario contesting point. Are they? gonna have to drop back to deal with that. Andrew's just cutting through.
Yeah, Luna's
Havana's
on.
getting all over them.
Luna was on
Parasite
point.
gets
Had to
his one.
self Suzu.
No supports for
No more to
Chicago.
say. But Havana's getting low. Do flip point. It's just Raykov in there now.
Big chase from Mario.
Should.
Mario's
he gets
not
out.
done with it.
No.
Dagger.
And Raykov,
What a grip coming out of Guna.
big grip. I thought Raykov was about to be staggered really bad there.
He does.
He does get staggered. Oh no, Parasite.
Havana are ruthless.
sitting
They
on the
are not
side.
done with Raykov after he's brought the ball.
No. Parasite just poking from this long angle here. Getting low to this
It
torp
says,
scan.
hit scan on a long angle. My time has come.
Yeah. Oh no. Mario tries to get the pulse bomb onto Guna, but Guna drops down, so it just whiffs.
It's a crazy place to commit that many ults.
Yeah.
That's like 5 ults out of the pool. Oh no, sorry, Andrew was demaxed. Still 4.
Mm-hmm. And Havana didn't get anything with their ults either, so that's a little rough for them. Both teams having 3 coming into this, but I don't know if...
No, Chicago does have a support
Chicago-
ult advantage, but Havana just touch. I mean, what's a support ult in the face of an OC?
And there's
Do we see
both
it?
support ults coming out.
Now or never.
And we get an Ajax!
There's our Ajax.
I mean, it's Havana. You have to have an Ajax once you can. Mr. Ajax himself is your GM. And Havana
Okay.
goes down.
That is a broken ankle for Havana, losing that much ult economy.
Mhm.
Raykov
They-
still has remake. Insanity can just keep walking down Andrew to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, they used all 3 ults they had. Parasite now swapping over to the Freya again. Definitely seems to be very comfortable on this. Both teams just trying to fight up top here. Obviously, Chicago gets
Big grip from Guna.
Sanity going low. Manages to get out, though.
Chicago's really got a comfortable answer to Andrew's opportunistic dives. Like, you're either getting Suzu or you're getting grip. And I mean, sure, Guna dies, but A, he absorbs pulse. Sorry, she absorbs pulse. And B, grip's already gone. Like, your value is there.
And
J, he
Dark
picks the
Claw,
Torb. Dark Claw. Oh my gosh.
he's just a menace.
Raykov contesting
Nobody
the
can
height
stop
here.
the Torb. And just trying to get a remake kill. I saw that. But I don't think his mech's gonna last long with Andrew getting high on charge. And out goes Andrew. But we see 3 ults coming out from Chicago here, and they did not need that many. They had already won that, I think. You only had 3 left from Havana.
Havana is looking for a reset here. No, they're not.
Yeah, they have.
We're going in on the angle. Mario
Mario just-
lives in their backline right now.
Yup. Sneaking
Parasite
around
about
the
to
back.
face tank 5 of them. We've got Yellow poking. Does anyone have touch though?
Mario should have toucher. He's still pretty much in the back. He does get on point.
Okay.
Poking out Luna, but Luna TP's out. And Andrew
Here
swapping over
comes
to the
Raykov.
Ramatra, which I'm... He
Blue has no
realized that
cooldowns.
it wasn't working.
Outcomes beat though.
No Ajax. Kitsune's out there. But they need to get on the point. And still, Havana's down 2. This is rough for Havana. Andrew goes down, and it's just Mario now. Goes down 2. Chicago's
Sim is
up
just getting so
2-0
much
now.
value. You let JD and you let Insanity just run them down, and then you have they even themselves. Everybody has a way to bail somebody out.
And
What
Insanity
is a
is
Tracer in the
definitely...
face of Suzu?
Very true. And Sandy has just found this counter to Andrew and forced him off the Diva onto Ramatra. Which, again, another pick that Andrew is very comfortable with, but obviously not as strong.
3
Parasite.
ults in the starting fight.
Both teams trading picks.
Oh,
But
here comes the
Insanity
beam.
is full on this beam. Wall comes out.
Andrew sees him. Says enough is enough.
And it's just Raykov and Guna on point. Guna goes down. They should be able to pick off Raykov here, and they could try and stagger him, but they won't. No, he does get staggered. Guna caught the wave.
Carried on the wind.
Sanity swapping off the sim, which I'm kind of surprised by because it was working really well for him. Swapping over to Cassidy, but he gets the pick on Tracer.
I mean, where beaming through Andrew isn't enough, shutting down Mario's absolute clinic.
Parasite also swapped to the Reaper. Both Kitsune's coming out, Molten Core out.
I think Andrew might go down
Andrew
here.
goes down, yeah. He's just
Ooh.
standing in the Molten Core.
Rush to rush. Bagel trying to contest this.
Mario Man misses another pulse bomb.
It's looking like the game is to keep that counter ticking up. Are we giving it up? Nope. There's our
Bagel
first touch.
Getting a little bit of a contest, but
We reset.
Parasite needs to
we
get
gotta,
out
We gotta
here.
get back to our tank. There it is. JD's over there on the angle.
Insanity getting
Raykov's
another
in.
pick. There's 2 for Insanity.
Sanity just oof. Chicago just has. They're running circles on these angles. Recall forced.
And Mario
Mario's
might go
trapped.
down here, just forced into this room. And JD takes him out. Get High Noon coming out. Doesn't pick anything. Andrew takes out 2 with his form. Raykov's just behind them, though, and they haven't noticed.
I think Havana's finally
Now-
gonna get a point.
Enemy turret ahead.
I think Chicago could get a contest, but I don't know if they're really going to go for it here. They're pushing up, but they're going to let Havana have this one.
Really just gotta preserve that ult economy.
Now we go over to
Both
Ducks.
teams are neck and neck here.
Or sorry, Refinery. Ducks was earlier. Same side of the map.
Now, if I'm Chicago, I'm really looking to
Hmm.
force out these resources early and just hold.
Yeah, and
We've
you
got
already see
time.
form come out for Andrew.
We've got momentum.
Molten Core.
We don't care. We're going in.
I mean,
Both teams don't
Havana's
care. We're
now
going
top
in.
2
Down
ults.
goes
Andrew
Guna.
takes out Guna. Should be able to get Luna as well. And Andrew taking out 3 with his ult. Can they take out Raykov? If they can
I
get
might be
Raykov here, they
tripping.
get a good stagger.
But
Get him out of mech, but
there's our reset that we desperately needed. I might be tripping. Rom, you definitely want. You're trying to hold that shift as long as you can, but I swear, when the fight's just right and everyone's low health and you bring it out, those fists hitting sound like drums. I swear. 1, 2, 3, just
JD
swinging
down
right on
very
through them.
quick.
It's out a bit early though. Raykov in the mirror.
Parasite.
Parasite does not care. Rips through their team.
And I didn't even notice. Raykov also swapped to the Ramatra. And Parasite picks up the 3rd kill.
Oh my goodness.
Carried on the wind.
You're gonna see.
I like
Even
where
though it
Mario's
looks
playing
like
here.
Havana committed a lot there, it's somehow even.
Yeah.
On top of that, they have space to spare.
And
Now,
Chicago
Chicago
needs
is
to
going in on
touch.
his side here. I don't know if they have
no,
to
they aren't
touch.
going to be able to get it.
Bagel's
They
already
need to
there, ready to
touch.
catch him.
But Insanity does get one with the High Noon. So Havana pushing towards Chicago here. Down 1, Mario is on this far left side where Chicago's gonna have to go to.
Now both teams do have to support the tank. This is an even fight, but there's just...
But Insanity just deletes Mario before going down to Andrew. He also managed to take out Yellow.
We still have Luna.
Both teams are just fighting in this middle here, and which means Chicago is going to be able to get the first cap on this point.
Now, how fast is... Let's see how JD runs away here.
And
no, he never folds. He doubles down.
I mean, he secures the point cap, but Havana's easily going to be able to flip this.
I don't even know what I'm casting. What did I... What?
Oh, and they get the pulse.
Also no Luna.
Takes out Luna. Breakoff goes very low with that too, and they are forced to pop the tree, but Andrew gets the kill. Andrew getting very low. But Havana still able to come out on top. Andrew's definitely found something with this Ramatra right now.
I'm still recovering from JD just throwing Molten Core at point and running away.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I think it was just him trying. I mean, it kept them off point. They only got 12% with it though.
Havana's already damn near got this wrapped up, but I don't want to caster curse them. You know, I might have just caster cursed them.
Yeah, 2 ults coming out. Andrew's very low. He needs to get some heals, but Yellow goes down, and that's going to make it a lot harder. But Parasite,
heavy commit. The DPS are just.
The last
we'll win
one
this point
here.
ourselves. We'll win this map ourselves.
Goes down, and that's going to be it. Havana will take map 3, going up 2-1 in this series. That was
absolutely running through this team.
That was a very good map.
Especially these blossoms. These later point blossoms were point winning. Stunning.
Parasite just running it down on that Reaper.
And that was without... Was that all without Diva? Or was that mainly without Diva? I feel like that was all... No,
for Havana, that was mainly without Diva. They dropped the first 2 points playing Diva. Andrew swapped to the Ramatra, and they finished it off. Havana got the reverse sweep on that map. They went down.
Just the wrong.
Yeah.
Big.
Chicago figured out what they needed to do to get Andrew off the Diva, but they couldn't figure out what to do against that.
Now,
Ramatra.
For as threatening as the Ramatra is, Chicago has the absolute ace in the hole ban of banning Reaper here. Both DPS have brought Reaper to the table.
And very quickly, Chicago is already picking their map. Gonna go to New Queen Street. Both rosters are locked. So, no changes there. Both teams currently don't have a sub, so makes sense. You could still see people swapping around, changing tanks, DPS, whatever.
What I do wonder is, does Chicago need a ban of support to protect Guna in these later rounds?
Might have to. Guna's been very good with some of those polls, but they aren't going to.
We ban Freya.
Banning the Freya.
We ban Ball.
Yeah, immediately they come back with the ball ban.
It's personal now.
Which, I mean, the Wrecking Ball ban is a good pick. I think Ball is just going to be running them down on this map. So we'll probably...
Oh.
I'll go for it.
I brought it up earlier on map 1, but when you're holding the ball and you've got the ball and Weaver bands just waiting, you've got a lot of sway there. Especially after the performance Raykov put on Li Zhang.
Mm-hmm. So, see how this one plays out. I'm wondering what Raykov will play. He seemed like he was doing pretty good with the Ramatra. Some questionable forms here and there. But overall was holding it pretty well with the Ramatra.
I'm wondering if he forces a Winston. But I think that's more wishful thinking. I don't think anyone's going to try to run a Winston into Andrew. I mean, forget Andrew. Mario Parasite have just been playing tank shredders.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, I mean, if they just ban the Freya, we're going to see the Reaper. Reaper just ran Chicago down there.
Or even... I mean, it's not perfect on this map, but Venture has a lot of ways to get through this verticality here. There's subtle ledges, but it's a bit more than what Reaper can bring to the table. It's kind of scary sight lines.
I also wouldn't be surprised if we see the Soj again out of really either team. You've got these long sight lines, but right now, Raykov is on the Winston. Insanity currently showing Widow, which
I want to. Parasite flashed the Sombra. That's what he needs here.
Mm-hmm.
He can
Mario
play
is
it too. He plays
G.
a damn good Sombra, but
And look at the speed coming out from Havana here, using both Lucio and Juno.
I think my prediction for first fight is Havana just out tempos.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the peel necessary to keep Raykov at bay long enough.
But Parasite's off by himself. He could go down early here. His Monkey's trying to dive him, but Guna falls off the map. And quickly, Chicago's already down 4. Monkey the only one alive.
Did I not call Havana with
dies.
tempo first fight?
I mean, Guna falling off map there very early was just...
I didn't even see that. Wow.
I didn't see them actually fall off. I was too busy looking at Raykov diving Parasite, but I saw kill feed.
Mario was getting ready to aura farm in their spawn.
And Raykov swapped over to the Diva, but Andrew gets the early pick on Insanity, who's just sitting on that left side.
Parasite's just been very patient here. Anchoring bot, just absolutely doming Insanity in the matchup.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much the rest of Havana here is just running the dive, and yeah, they get first checkpoint. I mean, when the rest of Havana is running this dive, it makes sense for Parasite just sitting this cart. Havana, the rest of the team just dives everyone else.
We saw a glimpse of something different out of Chicago, but right away we are back to that Torb Weaver Kiri core.
Mm-hmm.
We let Insanity and Raykov make all the changes. Diva Mirror under the bridge. Out comes D-Mech.
Andrew picking off 2, and they also get Raykov out of the mech. Andrew with a 3rd pick. Can he get 4? Almost.
It's more than speed. We're just like, it's by a hair, but the ult economy for Havana is just so much more intense.
Yeah.
If we get an early Ray here, it could stop the fight before it even begins. We've already got Bagel staged. Andrew underneath.
Chicago doesn't have any support ults yet. Granted, Kirko will basically have it any second now.
Out comes Ray.
There's the Ray. And
everyone pressing Q.
4 ults coming out. 5 ults coming out. 6 ults coming out.
Everyone pressing Q.
It is Q Overwatch. But Mario Man's getting 3 of them. Just not letting them have this.
JD on the May on site.
Oh, yeah. Both teams still have 2 ults. Guna with the tree. And there's Bob coming out. I'm kind of liking where he's at because it forces Chicago to push up a little bit or play around that side.
Pretty fortified there.
Parasite gets Darklaw with the dynamite.
Bomb from Andrew.
Keeps him off the point again. And he gets the remake!
Wow.
Guna goes down. And this could be it. Raykov's now out of mech. Pop.
Remake from
Dropping the bomb.
Raykov. Focused and deleted.
And now it's just Darklaw. Guna or Insanity might be able to touch. Insanity does get the touch. But at this point, it's just going to be staggering constantly. And I don't know if Chicago's going to be able to get this. They do get yellow. Beat coming out, keeping Andrew up. Although Andrew does eventually go out of mech.
Once again, Parasite's just sitting here, patient on this angle, uncontested, just shot after shot after shot. Guna might get domed here.
It's just Luna, and Luna's not able to touch, and Havana wins it.
Wow.
In a very quick fashion. And Havana wins that series 3-1.
I didn't want to caster curse them, but sometimes you show up, you do either really good or really bad on control, and then the whole set changes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Houston was practically undefeated in Season 6, and then Detroit comes and knocks off Antarctic Peninsula on them.
Yeah. No, I mean...
That was a thrilling set. Chicago really had something going with controlling all of those sight lines, especially watch point. I mean...
Andrew having that diva is just too strong.
I'm gonna skip past the diva for a second. Andrew on the Ram turned up on New Queen Street. Not New Queen Street. New Junk City.
Yeah, Andrew was struggling on the diva, going against that sim, made the swap to Ram, and just pounded.
There were so many moments on that map where this could have been a map 5 set.
Yeah. But Havana
that is it from United Rogue Overwatch.
Yeah. I don't know where the other game is at. So if that stream is still going on, please go check that out.
That is over at Jace Wessler.
Yeah, that is in the bootleg channel.
Mm-hmm.
But
very
good showing from Havana. But yeah, that'll be all for us on the mainstream. Have a good night, y'all.
They're still playing, and Havana's up 2-1 there, too. Playing watch point.
Ooh.
That's all. See you guys.
Yeah.